only, no? What's your name? Amrutwali. Anjali. And you are? Pujita. Okay. So you all have come for the SSB interview, right? Anybody got the dates for your SSB? You got the dates. When is the date? 26th December. Some time is there. March 10th. Next year. November 29th. 11th of November. Okay. टाइम कम है तुम्हारे लिए, है ना? ठीक. See, SSB interview, when you go, you are comfortable with Hindi? Some of you, are you comfortable with Hindi? You can understand, no? See, remember one thing. What is army looking in you when they want to select? ये सबसे बड़ा सवाल है. And 90% of the students don't know this who go for SSB. What is army looking from you? You don't know. What they want from me, what are they looking in me? We do not know. See, generally, some of you may be students of civil services. There is a Zameen Asman ka difference between civil services and military services. Civil services is more of a chair job. Military services is more of a field job. If you give an impression to the board that I am a chairperson, they will not appreciate. If you give an impression to that person, I am a field person, मैं ground पे काम करता हूँ, I have done work on ground and I am willing to work on ground. This is what the signature that you have to give. And what is the signature of somebody working on ground? Who is working at home, who is not staying at home as if he is a paying guest at home, who is participating in the day-to-day work of home, who is extending his helping hand to the mother, father or the brother who is at home. Are you a person who is connected with your family or not? क्या होता है, generally you feel, most of the students feel that if you project that if you are brave, your selection will happen. No, not everywhere you will show that you are brave. At times you have to show, instead of bravery, escaping is also bravery, no? At times you have to show, he'll put you a situation. So most of the students who go for SSB interview, they always complain, sir, I got screened out first day. The worst part is SSB never tells you why. This is the worst part of SSB interview. They will never tell you why they have rejected you, because they want you to find the answer for yourselves in the rest of your life. कि मैं reject क्यों हुआ? And it is never declassified. This result, this proposal was given many a times. At least after 3 years, 5 years, declassify. Then the SSB gave a reply, Army gave a reply to the Ministry of Personnel, saying that if I tell why I am rejecting you, you will come prepared in that direction. It means it is not your natural self, it is prepared candidate. It is a prepared candidate. एक है ना, there is a slogan of the army, no? Do you have it in you? What they ask? Do you? They don't ask, have you been trained with you? They only say, do you have it in you? See, understand this. The people who clear SSB, ऐसा नहीं है कि they are great people. No. They fitted into the requirement of the army. That's all. Army wanted ABCD, he had ABCD. That's all. Many a times army says Amitabh Bachchan has failed, Shah Rukh Khan has failed, Rahul Dravid has failed, big people have failed this SSB. It means the SSB found them, they will contribute to the society in a bigger way. Let them be outside. So I want a person who is made for me. And now the entire SSB ka preparation is to know what is that made of me. What is that made of me? You asked me a question, no? Sir, आपके इंटरव्यू में क्या सवाल पूछा था? So वहां पे कहीं ना कहीं application of mind is involved. Obviously, I am a single person, बड़ी मच्छर के जैसा हूं, मैं 3 लोगों को कैसे मारूंगा? बट एक को तो मार सकता हूं, तो मैं एक को पकड़ूंगा और उसको मारने की कोशिश करूंगा, तो ऑटोमेटिक 2 भागेंगे. जब देख रहे एक की जान जा रही है तो 2 भागेंगे ना. So they see in difficult situations, are you applying your mind or not? Or you are going like a bull. If you are going like a bull, they don't want you. You have to application of mind is also very very important. ठीक है? So in today's discussion for maybe another 1.5 hour it will take. एक तो हम सबसे पहले स्ट्रक्चर को समझेंगे. Anybody who has gone till conference sitting here? Anybody who has gone till conference sitting here? So others haven't gone. Anybody who has not gone to SSB at all? पहली बार जा रहे हो? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will be going first time. You have not been to SSB. You have been to SSB before? Linga? No. You? No. You have gone. You? First time. Okay. And almost all of you are non-technical or technical combination. Non-tech. Non-tech. Okay. Tech entry भी है. तुम्हारा tech entry. Okay. See. Now, the SSB interview process is used in India to select candidates for officers role in the Indian Armed Forces. What is the role? Officers role. Now, do not get carried away by this word officer. Unlike in civil services, officer in the Indian Army is supposed to lead from the front. पुलिस एंड ऑल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में क्या होता है, आईपीएस थाना नहीं संभालता है. आईपीएस इज एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पोस्ट. इट इज नॉट एन ऑपरेशनल पोस्ट. ऑपरेशनल पोस्ट एसएचओ लेवल तक ही है. एसीपी एंड ऑल अबव इट इज ऑल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. बट इन द आर्मी इट इज उल्टा. The entire operations in the army are led by an officer. In the absence of an officer, no operation is carried out. It means they lead from the front. So when you read this word officer in the armed forces, do not think वहां जाके तुम अपने लिए एसी कैबिन नहीं पूछ सकते. बोले सर एसी कैबिन के लिए तो बहुत टाइम है, 15 साल की नौकरी के बाद एसी का कैबिन मिलेगा, और वो भी इफ यू आर लकी. नहीं तो किसी धूप में रेगिस्तान में टेंट में बैठे होंगे कहीं. ठीक है? सो द लाइफ इन द आर्मी इज डिफिकल्ट. ठीक है? एंड इफ यू गिव अ प्रोजेक्शन ऑफ योर पर्सनालिटी दैट आई हैव बीन अ पैम्पर्ड चाइल्ड, देन यू विल से बेटा वहीं रहो, क्योंकि यहां तो रुक नहीं पाओगे. सो यू हैव टू गिव अ सिग्नेचर दैट यू आर अ पेरेंटेड चाइल्ड एंड नॉट अ पैम्पर्ड चाइल्ड. देना है सिग्नेचर क्या, दैट आई एम अ पेरेंटेड चाइल्ड, आई एम नॉट अ पैम्पर्ड चाइल्ड. ठीक है? आई बात समझ. राइट? नाउ दिस प्रोसेस असेसेस द कैंडिडेट्स very very important psychological, physical and social capabilities through various tasks over a period of 5 days. Psychological, physical and also social. Very very important psychological. See, SSB में psychologist होता है, ग्रुप टेस्टिंग ऑफिसर होता है, GTO we call him, and interviewing officer होता है, तीनों. It is said that if the psychologist says no, it is 100% no. But if IO says no, psychologist and GTO says yes, कॉन्फ्रेंस में आपको एक मौका दिया जाता है टू प्रूव इट. अगर आपसे कॉन्फ्रेंस में पूछा कि खाना कैसा था, इसका मतलब या तो हाँ है या तो ना है. either you have been selected or you have been rejected. बट अगर आपसे कोई सिचुएशन पूछा गया कॉन्फ्रेंस में ऑन द लास्ट डे, देन इट मींस देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन मार्क समवेयर. इन दैट क्वेश्चन मार्क दिस फेलो हैज डेफिनेटली टोल्ड अ यस. अगर इसने नो बोल दिया तो क्वेश्चन मार्क ही नहीं है. इट वेरी क्लियर, इसको नहीं लेना. क्योंकि साइकोलॉजिस्ट इज अ पर्सन हु इज मेकिंग ए कैरेक्टर असेसमेंट ऑफ योर पर्सनैलिटी बेस्ड ऑन द रेस्पॉन्सेज दैट यू आर गिविंग. आपसे तो मिलता ही नहीं है वो. क्यों? बिकॉज इफ somebody does not meet you physically, he cannot be influenced by you. अगर मान लो आप दिखने में फिट दिख रहे हो और आपने कुछ लिख के दिया उसको, if psychologist sees he is writing this, he may be carried away by your personality कि यार फिट लग रहा है, फौज के लिए ये ठीक है, so ठीक है, थोड़ा थोड़ा मिस्टेक्स है, let him go. इसीलिए psychologist will never meet you. He will see you only on the conference day. उससे पहले तो आपसे मिलेगा ही नहीं. So that he should not be carried away on your appearance, carried away on your credentials. So he gives a very plain judgment. But GTO, IO, they see you. So there is a possibility that they could carried away by some, what you have displayed as a person. But जो मिला ही नहीं आपको कभी, or when you sit in the conference, you will be called as a semicircle table में everybody would be sitting, and you will be called inside and made to stand. और आपके ठीक पीछे दीवार पे आपका पूरा चित्र होगा, which they would be able to see, you will not be able to see because you are facing the conference. पूरा your pen picture is there on the wall, on the screen, and they will be talking to you. They know what is happening behind, and they will ask you a question. And in that, you don't know who is a psychologist, who is the person who assessed me. Also, you do not. Okay, and that is the only day the army people will be wearing uniform. Other days they will not wear uniform. They will be normal the way I am wearing a dress, because it is felt that a student may feel fear by seeing the uniform. So maybe he will not be able to give his best in the interview. Maybe he will not be able to give best in the GTO task. So they generally avoid, not generally, they will not wear uniform in the other days. But definitely on that D day, when you go for conference, definitely you will see them wearing uniform. That is when you will see, अम्मा इतने बड़े officers यहाँ लोग बैठे हैं करके, ठीक है? Understand this, right? And each test stage tests your specific traits like your intelligence, leadership, adaptability, and decision making. And in most important thing that is tested is your adaptability. क्या इसके ऊपर अगर मैं स्ट्रेस दूंगा, इसको फिजिकल स्ट्रेस, मेंटल स्ट्रेस दूंगा, will he be able to take it? See, it is not a job. Army is not a job. It is a way of life. ठीक है? क्या होता है? If you don't like your job, 9 to 5, 8 hours you do something and go back home. Army is 24 hours you are there. And if a wrong person lands in the army, he'll put his life also under hell and others' life also under hell. That is the reason why the army wants to get 100% confirmation he is fit for it. अगर उसको 1% भी डाउट आएगा, रिजेक्ट कर देगा. 1% रिजेक्ट कर देगा, बोला नहीं चाहिए. क्योंकि फॉर एग्जाम्पल, you know marathon runners who run 42 kilometers. मान लो marathon is happening on 1st of January. So he'll start his training minimum 6 to 8 months before. Proper diet, proper training, proper schedule, everything. He will take proper rest, muscle building, muscle relaxation, everything is happening. Forces में ऐसा नहीं है. Especially in special forces it is not so. सुबह से लेकर रात भर तक बजाएगा और बोलेगा 40 किलोमीटर भी करना है, पूरा ट्रेनिंग भी करना है, सोने भी नहीं देगा. He will not allow you sleep for 1 hour also. You are very lucky if you get to sleep for an hour. He will not allow you to sleep only. Next day, same training continues. So here, it is not physical, it is mental. So he sees that whether you are in a condition today, if I expose you to that danger or that particular level of physical stress, will you handle it or not? When you go to what you call your individual obstacles, there is one obstacle at number 10. It is called the leap of faith. On a platform, you will be standing and there is a rope tied here. You have to take a leap and come down. Number 10 obstacle. इसका distance hardly 3 or 4 feet, maximum 5 feet. If I extend my hand, it covers 3 feet. So just a leap of 2 feet and you will hold the rope and come down. And people fear it. It means this person does not have faith that he can take a leap of 5 feet also. So he is testing. यहाँ पे physical का test है, यहाँ तो mental test है. There is one walk called confidence walk. On a height maybe 10 to 15 feet, you will be made to stand here, walk from here till here. He'll give a plank, 1 feet width plank. On 1 feet you can aram se walk. But the moment height is there, you will start, your legs start shaking. And to add to your pain, he will put this loose. It will shake. It will not break, but it will shake. So he is seeing, are you fearing with the shaking or not? If you hold this and then walk, बोला नहीं यार, ये नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है, even if you fall from 10 feet, nothing will happen. But psychologically, your mind says that I may get hurt. 10 feet से कुछ नहीं होता यार, कुछ भी नहीं होता. And sand is there. The best part is niche sand is there. So, but he is testing whether he is confidently climbing and coming and walking out or not. So, this is called confidence walk. Is it a physical walk? It is what? A mental confidence walk. So, in the army, unlike police services, they will not make you go for 2 kilometers run, 4 kilometers run, 5 kilometers run in 16 minutes. वो सब नहीं army में selection में. Why? Because he says physical I'll improve. I want to see whether he is mentally fit or not. That's the idea of the army. That's why initial when you join the services, you need not be that great, macho. But over a period of time, you will be made that. Because जब भीड़ में शुरू करोगे ट्रेनिंग तो अपने आप सेट हो जाओगे, ठीक है? Understand that, right? That's the primary idea of the trainings. They see your adaptability. The first day we know we have the screening test. Second day is basically the psychological test. Generally what happens is they will ask you to report a day before. Say assuming today is what? October, sorry, 2nd of November. Say assume your interview starts from tomorrow, 3rd of November. So they will ask you to report to the SSB center on 2nd November. You will go and report there. 2nd November you will stay night in the SSB center. 3rd November will be your screening test. What is the date of your screening? 3rd November, day 1. If you pass the screening, you continue to stay for the another 4-5 days. If you are screened out, day 1 you are kicked out of the SSB center. You will be made to sit in a bus. Bola, thank you, nice meeting you. Don't come back again. Okay? And if you happen to pass the screening, then you will be staying for the psychological test followed by the GTO test. 1 day is reserved for psychological test. After the screening, 4th November you will have your psychological test, right? Okay, this is your psychological test that will start on the 4th. Then on 5th and 6th, that is 3rd and 4th day, here you will be having your GTO tasks. Generally, your interview will also happen during your GTO task only, 3rd and 4th day. And after that, you will be staying for the medicals there. Generally, medical 3 to 4 days. In some cases, it extends to 8 days also. Depends if at all a doctor is physically not present, you will be staying there for 7 to 8 days also. If you are lucky, because you are Mehman, no? Once you have passed this, then only you will go for that plus symbol will come on your what you call chest number. You feel so proud, no? You feel as if I have already become the officer, which is not so, because it is only the start of the painful journey and not the end of the painful journey. ठीक है? No, not painful. अपने आप में मजा है. ठीक है? No. We'll see what happens in the stage 1. That is the screening stage of your interview. Many students tell me, and I have also seen very potential students failing in screening test. Screening test. If I have to divide the screening test, I would divide that into 2 parts. Like he's written also. In fact, the what do you call Nitish only helped me in making this PPT. It has been made by him only. I am only doing the explanation part. Okay? Recently, he has been for the SSB interview, where he could go till the conference. Okay? Listen to this. The objective of the screening test is what? To identify candidates who qualify for the detailed assessment based on the basic test. So, what is the basic test they do here? One is the Officer Intelligence Rating Test, OIR test is what we call it. And the second is the Picture Perception and Description Test, we call it PPDT, right? PPDT. We will see what are these 2 tests. Intelligence Rating, Officer Intelligence Rating. This is where logical reasoning, verbal reasoning will be tested of a candidate as an officer. Okay? And what are the tips? Be confident, keep calm under pressure, and think logically for the best results. And many students can't do this. And 70 to 80% reason for failing in the screening test is not able to keep calm. Trust me. In the group discussion also, if people are pouncing on you, if you do not maintain your calm and smile on the face, it means in stressful situation you will give up. So you have to maintain that calm. 10 people are shouting against you, but a sweet smile is coming on your face and you are handling them. Take care, I'm listening to you. I'll address your issue. Like today, the debate you all participated, right? Luckily, you came to debate and you participated. Whenever the debate was going out of control in some ways, I immediately pitched it and diverted the attention of the students. So they are seeing, see, understand this, simple. There is no SSB test for Jawans. It is pure physical test. And Jawan is, trust me, much better than you physically. Much better. Generally, much better than you physically. But you have to outsmart him physically also, mentally also. So this is where the, see, for an officer in the armed forces, the real test is not training. The real test is not exam. The real test, when you go to the unit, you have to prove to your Jawans that you are fit and ready to go for any operations with them. If you are good in studies but unfit as an officer, साहब ढीला है, समझ रहे हो? और he will not leave an opportunity to ridicule you. You give him an opportunity and he'll pull your pants down. So you have to maintain that physical fitness if you really want to command respect from your troops. So it becomes a moral compulsion if you are a person of pride. कि तुम 40 किलोमीटर दौड़ने के लिए गया और साहब तो एम्बुलेंस में आते हैं, साहब आराम से आएंगे, तो यू हैव लॉस्ट इट. ठीक है, अंडरस्टैंड दैट, राइट? In the officer intelligence test, the format is there are two sections including verbal and non-verbal reasoning. In the verbal reasonings, you have analogies, you have coding decoding questions, you have word formation questions, you have sentence completion sections. These are in the verbal reasoning. And in the non-verbal reasoning, you have patterns, you have odd one out, you have picture series. Like this, they will give you all the logical. आप आर एस शर्मा की किताब देखते हो, verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, you practice that book, it is enough, nothing much. See, generally it is logical. You don't need to do any mathematical calculations here, nothing. It is basically basic logical reasoning. If this is one line here, next picture is like this, second picture is like this, fourth picture is like this, he will ask fifth picture kaisa jayega. So it is very easy. If you have that logic in you, you can solve that without any problem. It is only to test your basic intelligence. If you are unable to do that, trust me, then you are not fit to become an officer. Then you are unfit to become an officer. Okay? Preparation tips: practice with the mock test, build speed and accuracy. Here understand, speed and accuracy is important because they will give you very less time to do it, because it has to come naturally to you. So as much as you can practice, please practice that. So यहाँ तक ही इंटेलिजेंस का काम, इधर के बाद पूरा साइकोलॉजिकल का गेम. Only up till here, certain amount of intelligence is tested. See, why this is needed is, if you are not an intelligent person, the enemy will deceive you. You have to be chatak enough to deceive the enemy, kill him and bring his dead body. If you are a bhola banda, so then you will go with him. Yes sir. The idea is to bring him, not you to go. So for that purpose, a certain amount of intelligence is also needed as an officer, for an officer. Okay? And the second is a picture perception and description test. Based on this, you will have a group discussion at the end of it. That is where the description test is also coming. See, it is nothing but kind of TAT. Picture perception test or thematic apperception test is probably generally one and the same thing, right? Listen to this carefully. जो तीन लोग हैं, Understand them first. Then you will understand what you have to do in front of them. I'll tell Gopi, I'll tell, wait. Listen. One is GTO, psychologist, and IO. This psychologist can be a civilian also, can be an army officer also. Can be a civilian, can be an army officer also. Generally, a civilian. But these two have to be necessarily army officers. Now listen to this carefully. Not every army officer will become an IO or a GTO. Not every army officer will become an IO or GTO. You have to attend courses within the army where you will be trained to be an IO or a GTO. In that training, if you get an instructor grading, which is the topmost grading, then only you are sent as IO or GTO. And IO is generally the head of the SSB. Whichever SSB you will go, he is the head of that. So, out of these three, he is the senior most officer. And he is junior to IO. He is junior to IO. And he is the senior most guy who controls both of them administratively, not operationally. Administratively. Operationally, they are independent. If in his report he gives a yes, he gives a no, he gives a no, it means what you have written on the paper did not match on ground in the action or your explanation both. You wrote, if time comes, I will give blood to my nation. You wrote in WAT, blood was the word. You wrote, if the nation wants, I'll give 2 liters of blood every day. You wrote this out of जोश. क्या है? जब तुमने लिख दिया कि मैं खून दूंगा और जब ग्राउंड पे रस्सी उठा के खड़े होने का टाइम आया, तुम जाके पेड़ के नीचे खड़े हो गए. तो क्या हुआ? What you have written in your book did not match on your ground. So ये पेपर टाइगर है, ये यूपीएससी के लायक है, सीडीएस के लायक है. समझ में आ रही बात? सो ही विल से यस बिकॉज उसको तो तुमने बोला कि हाँ भैया करूंगा. अब उसको ये थोड़ी पता है करोगे नहीं करोगे. ये करोगे नहीं करोगे इधर हो रहा है. इसने बोल दिया नो, तुमने इसको इंप्रेस किया, तुमने इसको इंप्रेस किया. अब लोग इस पे शक करेंगे. ही इज लाइक सर ही डिड एक्सेलेंट जॉब ऑन द ग्राउंड. ही विल ऑल्सो सेड इंटरव्यू में एक्सेलेंट परफॉर्मेंस था. इसने क्यों नो बोला? He will tell, sir, he displayed suicidal tendencies. What should I do? He displayed suicidal tendencies. He is not an expert to find this. He is not an expert to find this. But he is an expert because he is a psychologist. उसने पढ़ लिया कि भैया तू तो गिव अप कर देगा. At the moment he says suicidal tendencies, he will say, sorry bro, next time better luck. And one beautiful thing, remember this. If you have a psychology personality today, what this psychology says is, within 6 months it can change. इसलिए there is nothing called permanent rejection in the army. Unless and until some medical thing comes out which is of a permanent nature, they will not reject you. They'll say, come next time. What is this come next time? Change and come and beautiful. This change has to happen in your nature to be reflective there. तुम सिर्फ कागज पे करोगे फिर नहीं दिखेगा, तुम फिर जाओगे 6 महीने के बाद. So you have to change as a person. You have to become a person of action and not words. हम क्या करते हैं? बैठ के लिखने की तैयारी करते हैं. वो बोलते हैं लिखने की तैयारी नहीं. If you change who you are, change the way you think you are, automatically this will also change, no? You don't have to work. I told my dad I want SSB training. He said nothing doing. Shut up. And he told go to the SSB directly. I did not know the procedure also. होता क्या है भी नहीं मालूम. So because naturally he told me only one instruction he gave. Be your natural self. That's all. The GT asked me one day, you are going to take bath in the washroom. You found a big snake. What will you do? I said I'll close the door and come outside. अरे डर सबको लगता है, गला सबका सूखता है कि नहीं? मैंने तो दरवाजा बंद करो, बाहर आ जाऊंगा. बोला मारेगा नहीं. बोला सर इतनी हिम्मत तो नहीं. He asked me, बोला मारेगा नहीं. बोला सर इतनी हिम्मत तो नहीं है, सांप को मार देंगे. बोला सांप से डरता है. बोला हाँ सर डरता हूँ, हर कोई डरता है, मैं भी डरता हूँ. कभी देखा नहीं सर, बहुत देखा इसलिए तो डरता हूँ. है सरदार ठीक है, वो बहुत मेरी टांग खींचा उसने. कब देखा, कहाँ देखा, कैसा था सांप, सब पूछा. आई टोल्ड हिम, आई एक्सप्लेन हिम द नरेशन, कब देखा, और मैं कूद के सीधे छत पे चला गया सांप देखने के बाद. बोला डर लगता है. बोला हाँ सर डर. हाँ ठीक, अच्छी बात, कोई बात, यहाँ पे सांप नहीं, चिंता मत करो. Then he took me to the GTO task. ठीक है, that's how. See, he says he is a truthful person. I told lie there कि मुझे डर नहीं लगता. वो पकड़ में आ जाएगा. वही बोलेगा हाँ सर, मैंने इसको सांप के बारे में पूछा. He accepted that he fears. See, ऐसा नहीं है कि आर्मी वाले को डर नहीं लगता. It is about training to overcome your fear. ऐसा नहीं है कि people don't afraid. Everybody is afraid of snake. Who is not afraid of snake? Exactly, right? But you have to overcome your fear. That's what is army training all about. Understand that? ठीक है? Now, in the picture perception and description test, a picture will be shown to you. Based on that, you write a story. After 10 minutes, 15 minutes gap, they will take time to correct your OIR, Officer Intelligence Test. The moment that is over, you will be called for the group discussion on the story that you have written. This is the biggest thing. तुम सबको साला ये स्टेज पास करना बहुत जरूरी है, या फिर not like this. Sorry. You will be made to sit like this. He'll come for some time. He will give instructions of the group discussion. Then you will be made to sit facing the front. You will be sitting as chest numbers or whatever you call it. He'll give you basic instruction, and he will, once the instruction is given, he'll go back and sit here. He is given the floor open to you. He goes back, sits behind you और शांति से सुन रहा है, और तुमको पता नहीं है साला हो क्या रहा है. और he has given you just instruction and he said start. The moment he says start, the fish market starts. Yes or no? Here there are few do things and there are few don't things. Few things, few don't things. Listen to this carefully. Do things. If you are the person, if you have the courage, be the first person to speak. And this speaking is not about the story. Never. You will speak how you will control the other 9 idiots. See, sir has given us 10 minutes time. We have to come to a conclusion. We are 10 of us, 1 minute to everybody. Nothing more than 1 minute. I will talk in the last. I'll give everybody opportunity to speak. You have not told your story, but you have displayed that you are a. अगर आप अपनी स्टोरी बोलना शुरू कर दोगे, you are a selfish guy. You are not a leader. So when you start and be the first person to speak, never ever get up from your chair. People do this mistake. Never ever get up from your chair. Never ever use hand gestures to control somebody. never commit this mistake. If you commit this mistake, game over. वहीं पे game over. Never ever get up. Never ever use any hand gesture. You sit. I told you now. You sit. No. नहीं. ठीक है? Understand this. It does not augur well in officer-like quality. And the second do. Say for example, somebody took the lead. You could not do it. Don't be the first person to speak after him the story. Don't do that. Mistake. It means you became a follower. Don't do that mistake. Let somebody speak. He or she will commit a mistake somewhere. Catch the opportunity. For example, supposed to speak 1 minute. Yes or no? You saw two people have spoken, 5 minutes is over. Two have spoken, 5 minutes is over. You know time is running away. Then you will say, I think this will not work. We will have to quickly assemble our thoughts on the story and we have to present it to sir within next 3 minutes. I'll quickly sum up my story in 30 seconds. Listen to this. If you find it effective, we'll use the same story. Otherwise, we'll go with the story of chest number 2. बात कर. तो तुमने क्या किया? You grabbed an opportunity to tell that, okay, I may not be the first person to speak, but I can still control the situation. He only initiated the control. I'll execute the control on ground. ये तो दिमाग का खेल है. इसमें कोई ये ना कूटनीति नहीं है. इट इज प्योर इंटेलिजेंस. ठीक है? दिस इज व्हेन बिकॉज ही इज वॉचिंग यू. दो ही विल टेल 10 minutes, he'll give 15 minutes because he has to assess the other idiots also, no? कि कर क्या रहे हैं. तो you will grab the opportunity somewhere and try to give us, and never ever never look back. You should do it as if that is your natural self, not because somebody is watching. If you look back, you will give a signature that you are trying to prove to somebody that I am a leader. No. You have to tell it naturally that I am a leader. आई बात समझ. ठीक है? How you sit, how you talk, what you talk, how much you talk, when you talk is important. When everybody is shouting, don't lose your throat there. You will get 3-4 seconds. Then raise the voice. But no shouting. Raising the voice is needed, no shouting. Then give the, see, he is not interested in your solution. Let me tell you. He is only interested in finding who is the leader. That's all. उसको कोई, sir, we have completed our, we want to give you the story of the group. He said, thank you gentlemen. That's all. चला जाए. अगर तुमने दिया भी उसको कोई वैल्यू नहीं. He is trying to see, can you control a gang or not? If you are not this, you are a misfit in the army as an officer, because the men that you are going to command, they are all stronger than you. I told you physically they are much stronger than you. If you do not have intelligence to control them, gaya. Understand? So this is the biggest struggle of your PPDT, of your screening test. If you have done good here, even if your this marks are a little less, it's okay. It's okay. See, फौज में ना, there is something called OLQ, officer like qualities. पूरा SSB में there should not be a single question mark on the officer like qualities. If you show a question mark on the OLQs, गया. And इसका इंटेलिजेंस का OLQ में वेटेज बहुत कम है. So even if you are a little less, don't worry. You can pull it off in the PPDT, picture perception description test. And पूरे SSB की तैयारी में the preparation for TAT is the most difficult. Thematic apperception test. This is the most difficult. See, what is the procedure? You are shown an unclear image for 30 seconds, then you will be made to write a story in 4 minutes and narrate in the group. What are the assessment focuses on? Your perception, your creativity, your confidence, and the group dynamics that you will work for. The story tips: develop a clear plot, highlight the positive traits, maintain the structure, intro, problem, conclusion, closing remark. Simple. You remember that structure: intro, problem, conclusion, and the closing remarks. Narration tips: be concise, avoid unnecessary details, maintain eye contact, and be an active listener. These are the 4 points. Very beautifully he has written. Be concise, because मुश्किल से तुमको 20 सेकंड मिलेगा, उससे ज्यादा नहीं मिलेगा. And if you go into the details, Ram is a young boy looking for a girl, नहीं चलेगा. ठीक है? You have to very briefly, in my story, the hero wants to do this and he did all these things. This is the end result. बात कर. अरे समझ में आ रहा है? Because here you have to very precisely, concisely talk about it. ठीक है? And avoid unnecessary details and maintain eye contact and be an active listener. We are bad here. Because if you listen actively, automatically you will know when to talk. Because we are bad listeners, we don't know when to talk. And we always talk at the wrong time. So the moment you are an active listener, you catch a fault, immediately point, no, this will not work, this looks negative to me, this looks unbecoming to me, this looks not possible to me, it cannot happen like this. So this is where you have to be a good listener. Okay? Assumption: all of you sitting in today's class successfully passed the first stage, that is the screening stage. So the VIP treatment continues for another 3 days for sure. Another 3 days. The second day is your psychological test. Third and fourth day is your GTO task day. Okay? In the stage 2, we have psychological test, right? Somebody has written an essay. Most of the students fail in the screening test primarily because of lack of confidence to speak. Lack of confidence to speak. अभी मैं तुमको यहाँ को किसी को बुला के यहाँ खड़ा कर दूं और बोलूं चलो बात करो 3 मिनट के लिए, तो तुम्हारे हाथ पैर कांपना शुरू हो जाएंगे, क्योंकि कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है बात करने. ठीक है? यू नीड टू हैव दैट. सी, एज एन ऑफिसर, you have to give a command to your soldier to go for a battle where you know that he may not come back alive. You know he may not come back alive, but can you show that in your eyes? No. So if you lack that confidence to tell the soldier we are going for a difficult operation, the way you communicate that to him defines what kind of an officer you are. ऐसे थोड़ी बोलेंगे मिल जिंदा रहोगे तो फिर मिलेंगे, ऐसे नहीं बोलोगे ना. So it will kill his confidence also. As such, you are a confidence-less fellow. So if you land up in the army without confidence, will you be fit? You will be a misfit, right? So confidence is one thing that is most essential for anyone to pass this screening test, right? It is a test of confidence. I keep telling her, see, confidence is not displayed only when you talk. Your body language also oozes confidence. अब जैसे the way I am dressed, the way I talk, do you feel sir lacks confidence in communication? Why? Because you have to master it over a period of time. You have to show confidence. If you do not show confidence, see, एक स्टोरी था of Sam Manekshaw story. remember our Jawan, he punishes him, so he says in the langar, आज सैम साहब का खून मैं कर दूंगा. सैम साहब ने मेरे को सबके सामने गाली दी और मैं आज रात सैम साहब का खून कर दूंगा. Tonight I'll kill Sam Bahadur. And the SM runs to the Sam and says, sir, आपने बलविंदर को गाली मारी. बलविंदर बोला आज आपका खून कर देगा. Then Sam Bahadur says, good, call him. बोलो फिर से मार्चअप करो. अगली बार मार्चअप हुआ और सैम बहादुर ने बलविंदर को पूछा, हाँ भाई बली, तूने बोला मेरा खून कर दूंगा? नहीं साहब, सच बोल. हाँ साहब. फटाक से जोर से मारा. And he said, get out of my office. ठीक है. Then बलविंदर in the night again he says, आज तो पक्का ही मार दूंगा. सर ने तो आज मेरे ऊपर हाथ भी उठा दी. Then SM runs again to Sam, sir, unnecessarily you beated that guy. He says, today तो definitely he'll kill. Then Sam calls him again. बोला तुमने बोला था? बोला हाँ सर बोला. तो ऐसा करो, आज रात सीओ साहब का टेंट का सेंट्री बलविंदर होगा और कल सुबह की चाय, एक कप गरम चाय और गरम पानी फॉर शेविंग 455 पे लेकर के मेरे को उठाए. So what he does, the person who threatened him that he will kill him, he posted him as the sentry of his own tent for the night and made him responsible for his safety. Because जो संतरी बाहर खड़ा होगा वो अगर कोई भी आके थप्पड़ मार के चला जाएगा तो responsibility is of whom? Balwinder. So whole night Balwinder is doing the sentry duty as per the command. Morning 4:55 with a cup of green hot tea and hot water for shaving. He is present in front of the CO. And he comes to office at 8 o'clock. Sambad, the Subhadar Major asks him, sir, you are a very courageous person. You made the same fellow who threatened you with life as the sentry. He said, I am not courageous. I did not sleep the whole night, not knowing when this bastard will come and attack me. But I never showed my fear on my face. This is the message. If I show fear, कि आज बल्ली ने बोला है मेरे को मार देगा and I put 4 soldiers to guard my tent, it means I have showed I am feared. I made him only do it. I did not sleep the whole night. I was sitting like this, कब अंदर आएगा और मारेगा पता नहीं. But I never showed my fear. So in the forces, you have to be person who will not show that you are fearing of something, even though you are fearing. Even though you are fearing, you cannot show that you are fearing. That's the essence of the arm. That's the essence of the arm. ठीक है? Yeah, this is the most relaxed day of SSB. You agree? Most relaxed day. सुबह 8 बजे शुरू होगा, 12:30 1 बजे खत्म हो जाएगा. उसके बाद nobody is asking where you are. You are alive or dead also, nobody is asking. Next day morning 8 o'clock. ठीक है? People go around, go out. ठीक है? People go out to various places, wherever local place they go. They visit outside and they come back. You can go and come back. ठीक है? 8 o'clock it will start. You will have few TATs to be written, few WATs to be written, few SRTs to be written. Somebody, is there anyone who does not know the full forms of this? You don't know. Good. God save you. See, assumption, this is a picture, a dining table with some cutlery on top and 2 people are sitting and dining. The picture will be hazy. Seeing this picture, they want you to write what you derive out of this picture. What all you can write? Just 2 people, a boy and a girl sitting and dining. Background में दीवार पे कोई फोटो लगी है. That's all. It looks as if it is some restaurant or something. 2 people are sitting and eating their meal. What is it? What is the storyline? Date. दिमाग में चोरी चल रही है. Come for a date. Sister, okay. He is too much into relations of blood. Come again. Excellent. Come again. No, who are they? Picture of the wall is not. Huh? Okay. Friends in academic institution. Okay, friends. हाँ. बिजनेस डील, पैसे वाला आदमी है कोई है. हाँ. हाँ. हम्म. Okay. Party after a deal. Hmm. Police working in the evening. Colleagues. Colleagues after the office. Extramarital affair. Okay. No. No. हाँ. Yeah, Harsha. It is not about marketing, beta. It is about displaying. ठीक है? हाँ. अच्छा. Now that we have listed, assuming you all 10, 12, 15 of you wrote this, which story you will rate the most? Why? Why? You all agreed, no, old friends. I did not say the answer. You all said old friend. Why?
It's more about tilting to one side. It's about the perception, sir. What we do, बात कर सकते हैं.
हाँ. Few of you agreed this could be the best story. I'll tell you why.
4 or 5 of those stories are good, sir. But इसका गला अच्छा है, उसका story अच्छा है.
हाँ. सुनो. Why? I'm not talking from PPDT. ये psychological test. Second day आ गए हम. To an examiner, psychologist, you have told, I value friendship. Going out for dinner with an old friend, we don't do it. We don't do it. Friendship is very, very momental and temporary. If you made a statement, old friend reunion, or old friend had some problems, wanted to talk, we went to a restaurant and talked. This is a signature that you are a कल दोस्त के लिए जान भी तो देनी है कि नहीं? अगर वो डेट होगा तो फिर क्या फायदा, है कि नहीं? See, understand, it is not about a common perspective or something. It is about, see, they are cherry picking. समझ रहे हो? ऐसा नहीं है कि बाकी लोग खराब है. I never said bad stories. I never said none of the story is bad. All the stories are good. But if you have given me a chance to cherry pick, I'll pick the best. And according to logic and social equilibrium, this is the best. समझ में आई बात? कहीं ना कहीं कमर्शियल एंगल है, कहीं ना कहीं वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट है, यहां पे नहीं है. ओल्ड फ्रेंड के साथ वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता है, सिर्फ दोस्ती होती है. आई बात समझ? ओल्ड फ्रेंड कैन बी अ डेट, बट विल नॉट मेंशन एज अ डेट. विल मेंशन old friend. She came up with a problem. She's undergoing some problem. She wanted some suggestion. You gave a suggestion. It means You took time for your old friend. अरे समझ में आ रही बात? ठीक है? This is the idea. Now listen to this. Assuming this is the full paper to write the story, you have to write the story in the half a page only. So 2 stories in 1 page, one side of the page. If my imagination goes, anywhere between 8 to 12 lines you will get. 3 minutes they generally give to write, 30 seconds of watching the story, and 3 minutes of writing the story. Listen to this carefully. 1 line introduction, maximum 1.5 line. Second line, a small problem. I am using a word small problem. 5 to 6 to 8 lines, finding solution to that problem. And lastly, maybe 1 or 1.5 line, conclusionary remarks. That's all. This is the structure of your story. But what people do, they write 4 lines introduction, 2 to 3 lines problem, half a line this solution, and conclusion generally misses. Agree? Maximum किसको देना है? Same story, old friend. See, Ram is a social person who values relations. Introduction of the character. Done. Social person who values relations. 1 line. Done. One day, his childhood friend calls him and tells him that he is in trouble. Never ever say he is seeking suggestion. You say I volunteered to give suggestion. अगर वो पूछेगा तो फिर तुम दोगे तो फिर क्या फायदा? दोस्तों ने तुम्हारी जिम्मेदारी है ना बन देने की, है कि नहीं? It's all game, mind game. One day his childhood friend calls him and tells him that he is in trouble. Ram immediately decides to help him. ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये इंट्रो है. Now what has started? What has started? Started? In 2 lines I have completed intro and problem. I have 5 to 6 lines up till here maybe to write about the solution. Ram immediately decides to help him. Ram asks his friend to come to a nearby restaurant to his home, not his home, to his home, to his friend's home. Indirectly तुम मैसेज दे रहे हो कि आई एम गोइंग टू हेल्प हिम बिकॉज उसकी जरूरत है तो मैं उसको यहां बुला रहा हूं. नहीं, these are all signatures. ठीक है. Ram asks his friend to come to a nearby restaurant to his friend's home. He arrives on time and patiently listens to his problems. after that he suggests him to inform his parents about the same. You have not disclosed what is the problem. Without disclosing the problem, I am writing the solution. Problem disclose करोगे तो problem का solution लिख सकते. I am only saying how I will help him. He arrives on time. What does it mean? He values, knows that he is in trouble. I cannot be late. He arrives on time and patiently listens to his problems without being what you call anxious to give a solution. He patiently listens to his problems. After that, he suggests his friend to inform his parents about the same. As the problem seems to be social in nature, he promises his friend that he shall maintain the confidentiality of the problem and shall be available on call when needed. This is a story I have written without disclosing the problem to the psychologist. वो भी सोचा कि साला प्रॉब्लम क्या था, बताना ही नहीं है, because I have promised him to maintain it. They are playing with his mind बाबा, और उसको भी ये बात पता है साला मेरे से खेल रहा है, ये साला मामूल आदमी नहीं है. देखो, जंग के मैदान में दुश्मन को बेवकूफ बना के आना ही तो जीत है कि नहीं? तो दिस इज व्हाट ही विल टेस्ट ऑल्सो. व्हाट ऑल आई हैव रिटन. प्रॉब्लम कुड बी सिंपल. गर्लफ्रेंड ने धोखा दिया, या गर्लफ्रेंड ने बोला घर जा रही हूं बताऊंगी, कुछ भी हो सकता है, राइट? एनी प्रॉब्लम, हु इज स्टॉपिंग? बट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू हाउ टू राइट विदाउट एक्चुअली डिस्क्लोजिंग द प्रॉब्लम. Because is it not the steps that you will follow to find a solution to any problem? Problem can be any. You just remove some lines and write about the execution of some problems का solution. बात खत्म, है कि नहीं? And last में you write one statement definitely. He was happy that he met his old friend after long time, but sad also that he is in trouble. Your selection is 1000% guaranteed. आई बात समझ में? Why it is not? See, why I was able to write like this? Because I have done it. Simple. Because I am a person who will do it. Simple. I told you, you have to internalize that values in you. The answer will come natural. क्या मैं स्टोरी सोच के आया था? नहीं. क्या ये मैंने लिखा है? नहीं. ये तो तुमने बोला है. तुम्हारे बोलने के ऊपर मैंने स्टोरी लिखी है. ये मेरी स्टोरी थोड़ी है. But how I could write? Because I am like that. If you are not like this, you can never write like this. And if you cannot write like this, you will never get selected. Chain reaction. समझ में आ रही है बात? So hardly 10 lines, 9-10 lines. I can in fact cut short. थोड़ा explain करना था कुछ चीजें, इसलिए थोड़ा लंबा लिखा. But I can make it in 7 lines also. Same story without missing anything. I was on. It could be any problem. A problem with his brother, a problem with his father, a problem with education, career choice. Any problem you write. Then he explained him, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Last में एक line लिखो. He's happy that he met his old friend after a long time, but at the same time not happy because he's in trouble. It means it is troubling you also that he's in trouble. अरे समझ में आ रहा है? You write like this, trust me, nothing will go wrong. Nothing will go wrong. See, I never said these are wrong. I never said. Nothing in psychology is wrong. In psychology it is, does it fit my requirement or not? That's all. Nothing is wrong. Psychology mein everybody is right. That's the beauty of psychology. But does it meet my requirement or not is a question. ठीक है? In this meets my requirement. है कि नहीं? ठीक है? Like this, in first day, you will be given around 10. Nowadays they are giving 10 plus 1, 12 plus 1, 11 plus 1. Okay. 11 they will show pictures, and 12th picture would be a blank picture. Whatever comes to your mind, write. Simple. और some people say blind वाला picture पहले से story बना के जाओ, अच्छी story कोई बना के जाओ. No. Listen to this. This अच्छी story has to be in sync with your other stories. It cannot be out of the box. तुमने बाकी लिखा है खेत के बारे में और अच्छी स्टोरी लिखा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के बारे में, साला सिंक ही नहीं है कि नहीं? सी, if you give him a picture, a signature that you have been trained for SSB, you will be rejected. You have to tell him, this is my natural self. If you give a signature, sir ये तो मैं सीख के आया हूं, you can seek guidance कि सर मेरे जानने में फैमिली में there is one major साहब, one captain साहब, I went to him 2-3 days, he told me these things, he asked me to be my natural self. बात खत्म. इतना बोल के छोड़. ये नहीं बोलना कि कुछ भी नहीं गाइडेंस लिया, ऐसा नहीं बोल. Yes sir, one of my known acquaintances, he is so and so, he or she, whatever it could be, he gave spared 2-3 days for me, I went to him, he told me to do these things, I practiced few things and I am standing in front of him. Simple. ऐसा बात कर. ठीक है? आई वाज समझ. Word association test. I'll show you, I'll give you the word, I'll pick up the person, that person has to give me a statement on that word instantly. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? You sure? What comes to your mind? जल्दी बोलो. जल्दी बोलो. Tell me a statement on war. You. Yes. Time नहीं है. 15 seconds you have to write. अरे tell बाबा, what is war? చెప్తావా కొట్టను? Give me a statement on war. You know what is war? Tell. अरे వార్ తెలీదా? చెప్పు. వార్ అంటే ఏంటి తెలుగులో చెప్పు. చెప్పరా? You don't know about meat. I will not allow you to go home today. Tell me. Tell me. You can talk? Talk. చెప్పు వార్ అంటే ఏంటి చెప్పు. వార్ అంటే ఏంటి చెప్పు. అమ్మాయికి చెప్తావేమి? ఇద్దరు పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటారా? లేదు కదా, ఇంకా ఇండియాలో పర్మిషన్ లేదు. చెప్పు. వాట్ ఈజ్ వార్? వాట్ ఈజ్ వార్? ఏం పేరు? వాట్ ఈజ్ వార్? ఏందిరా వార్ అంటే? ఇంట్లో జరగదా వారు? విల్ టెల్.
Indian Army declared war on Pakistan.
Below average answer. పదిహేను సెకండ్స్లో రాయాలి స్వామి. గివ్ వన్. వాట్ కేమ్ ఫస్ట్ టు యువర్ మైండ్?
War creates chaos.
Chaos. War creates chaos. Okay.
That situation led them into a difficult position.
వార్ ఆడుందాడు.
War, a simple situation led to a war with situation.
నాన్ రెజల్యూషన్ led to a war. Conflict led to a war. Okay. Non-resolution. Online students can also write led to a war.
War can be avoided. War is bad.
War is bad. Simple. You are applying for army, but you are telling war is bad. It means you do not believe in it. You are a person who loves peace, but not war. You are telling something? 15 సెకండ్స్లో రాయాలి స్వామి. ఐఆర్ టెస్ట్ కాదు. వార్ లీడ్స్ టు డిస్ట్రక్షన్. ఓకే, అగ్రీ.
War can be avoided by peaceful measures.
ఓకే. వార్ ఈజ్ ద absence of peace, failure of peace. लव गुरु. सच में. गिव अप वॉर, एम्ब्रेस पीस. लव गुरु has come. See, in WAT there are few red flags. No suggestions. No factual information. Sun rises in the east. See, the IO has a template of personality that is fit to become an army officer. Based on your responses, he is drawing a template. If that template does not match with the selected template, you are rejected. Fairly okay. Fairly okay. Can I say in war, actually the winner is also a loser? గెలిచినోడు కూడా యాక్చువల్లీ ఓడిపోయినట్టే. द पर्सन हु हैज बीन, जो जीता वो भी तो हारा हुआ है जंग में, क्योंकि ही हैज लॉस्ट लाइफ, ही हैज लॉस्ट सो मच ऑफ मनी, Many people became casualties, handicapped for life. In a war, even a winner is a loser. Now you tell me, which is the most potent statement to make an impression to a psychologist? अरे समझ में आ रही है बात? This is where they are choosing you.
That is very little minimal to write a what does it say?
Somebody says war is a necessary evil to establish peace. Fairly okay. Agreed. If you have an enemy who is troubling you, then the war is the only way to teach him a lesson, right? Good. Sir, war is fighting which had between two opposite mindsets. Okay. War is more of ideology than physical or something. Okay, fine. It is the way which used as get authority on other countries by winning on them. बाबा इतना बड़ा essay लिखने का टाइम नहीं मिलेगा. 15 seconds. See what happens is WAT में सोच के लिखने का टाइम नहीं है ही नहीं, है ही नहीं. अब मैं बोल दूं ब्लड, गिव मी सेंटेंस. ब्लड इज गुड. अब गुड टू टेस्ट, good to see. You don't know what he said, but the moment I said blood is good means he's not able to think instantaneously. Huh? Come again. हाँ, very good. No self boasting. कि सर मैं ही हूं, मेरे आगे नहीं कोई, मेरे पीछे नहीं कोई, ये नहीं चले. आई बात समझ में? ठीक है. सी आप लोगों का प्रॉब्लम क्या है? यू डू नॉट नो व्हाई यू आर गिविंग एसएसबी. यू वांट टू गिव एसएसबी, you only know I want to join, but you don't know why SSB is designed in a particular way. If you come to know why SSB is designed, you will improve your reaction. He said blood is good. अब साला मैं इसको क्या समझे, बिरयानी बनाऊं, हाँ, या इसका कोई क्या बोलते जूस बनाऊं, के खाऊं के पीऊं. He said blood is good. हाँ, लिंगा blood is gives energy to body. A little bit of alcohol gives more energy, है ना? हाँ.
Donating blood is good. Donating blood is
Donating blood is a good habit.
soldiers shed their blood for freedom.
हाँ, very good. क्या बोला? Soldiers shed their blood for freedom. No boasting of the army. Unless and until they ask you a specific army related question, word, unnecessarily don't bring army everywhere. Blood in time saves life. Simple. Blood in time saves life. Good habits make good blood.
Instead of army, we can say they shed the blood.
Who?
Then army. Unless you ask me.
నిన్న తాగేవా ఈరోజు తాగేవా చెప్పు. నిన్న తాగేవా ఈరోజు తాగేవా? when did you drink? tell.
Freedom fighters.
Lot of gap coming between you and us, sir. Please upload your classes. Civils or anything, we are eagerly waiting for you, sir. Civils or anything. సరేనమ్మా, ఓకే. ఫ్యాన్ బాయ్ మూమెంట్ నాకంత
Our body plays main key role.
ఇన్
Our body plays main.
యూ హ్యావ్ కమ్ హియర్ టు బికమ్ డాక్టర్.
So freedom fighters instead of army.
ఓకే. Our independence is the result of bloodshed of our freedom fighters. ठीक है. Emotional dimension question. ठीक है. See, when we talk about, understand this, when we talk about few things in WAT, I told you you have to give a response where you are not trying to bring some change in the society. You are suggesting we should stop what you call atrocities against the women. Should. Atrocities against women is a disgrace. A disgrace. So what has happened? You brought an adjective to a negative statement to make it more impactful. It is not test of English. English नहीं है इसमें. इसमें emotion है. Minimum words, depth in emotion. This psychologist should say यही तो चाहिए. You getting my point? You have to impress upon the psychologist. It is not goody goody. Say word comes. A word comes. చెప్పమ్మా తొందరగా. Mother's love is the best.
Love is a good tool for peace.
ఏంటన్నా? Love is a good tool for peace. కార్పెంటర్ వచ్చాడు. మెకానికల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్.
You can control him by love.
Control him by love.
I mean, love.
Huh? Love your work. हाँ हाँ बोल रहे love gives ecstasy. देखो शायर भी है हमारे पास, कोई कमी नहीं है. हाँ अंजलि. हाँ తప్పైపోయింది సార్, రేపటి నుంచి రాను సార్. లవ్ ఏంద్రా మీరందరూ లవ్ ఎండ్స్ వార్ అంట. పాకిస్తాన్కి వెళ్ళి ఐ లవ్ యూ అని చెప్పి అంటే ఈజ్ ఇట్ ప్రాక్టికల్? అంటే సినిమాటిక్గా లేదు. ఆర్మీలో సినిమాటిజం लव गुरु. हाँ दो आंसर दो. लव इज ब्लाइंड, डम एंड डेफ ऑल्सो. ఏమంటే లవ్ టేక్స్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రెస్. ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ స్ట్రెస్ ఆల్సో.
It gives you stress.
Love gave good history.
Good history. What?
It is also cinematic.
No. मोहब्बत में सैक्रिफाइस तो बहुत है बेटा. तुम देश से मोहब्बत करते हो तो जान भी तो देनी है, वो भी तो सैक्रिफाइस है. गर्लफ्रेंड से मोहब्बत करते हो तो नींदें भी तो उड़ानी है, वो भी तो सैक्रिफाइस है कि नहीं? ऑलरेडी कर रहा है, हैं? इसका कोई इलाज नहीं बेटा. ठीक है. कम बैक. And last is the situation reaction test. The second day is the situation reaction test, SRT. Generally, you are given 60 questions to answer. It is not necessary to answer all of them. Even if you are able to answer 40 of them, fairly okay. But give a detailed explanation of your answer. For example, Rahim went to class as usual. he saw complete chaos in the class. He will
You inform the class teacher.
అంటే అక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ పిచ్చోళ్ళు,
First he try to
వాళ్ళకి
understand.
తెలీదు, టీచర్ చెప్పాలి.
First he try to make them understand what the purpose of the class, and later if it is not manageable, he will go ahead with the management.
Try to control.
Hmm. बोलो बोलो. Love is infinite. क्यों बोल रहा है बेचारा, वो प्यार में है यार, ऐसा क्यों बोल रहा है? हाँ, let somebody be in thin air. हाँ, he will first run away from the class.
He'll enjoy it.
He'll enjoy the chaos.
बच्चा है वो क्या?
Okay.
But कुछ नहीं छोटा.
So he will also be part of the chaos. Huh? He'll add more ghee to the oil. हाँ, చెప్పమ్మా.
Last, what's the problem?
Now it has not ended the answer.
You try to solve.
No. If he feels the reason for chaos is genuine, chaos का रीजन बहुत हो सकता है ना, हो सकता है ना. If he feels the reason for chaos is genuine, he will, as a leader, lead the class बोलो या team to collectively find a this is the most important word. He is not attributing solution to himself. And if he is finding reason, it means he is a person who will stand for a cause. समझ में आई बात? ठीक है? No, definitely it is fair. Definitely it is fair. If I schedule your class and don't conduct the class as per the schedule, why you should not do chaos? You should do chaos. इतने भी अच्छे नहीं होना. आपके अच्छाई को हम फिर यूज करेंगे ना. यही तो हो रहा है. दुनिया लाखों रुपया लेके बैठ रही है, सिविल्स की तैयारी कराएंगे, पैसा लेने के बाद क्लास नहीं, कुछ नहीं. तोड़ोगे नहीं कुर्सी जाके? तोड़ोगे या नहीं तोड़ोगे? तोड़ोगे ना, तो तोड़ना है. अगर तोड़ने वाले नहीं हो तो फिर सोल्जर बनने के लायक भी नहीं. क्योंकि जब सोल्जर बनोगे, अब तुम्हारे सामने कुछ गलत हो रहा है, शांत रहोगे, तोड़ोगे ना. अंडरस्टैंड? ठीक है. इट इज नॉट दैट यू आर क्रिएटिंग मोर ट्रबल. You are finding a reason. Yours is genuine. He will, as a leader, lead the team to collectively find a solution. अगर तुमको इतना ही लगता है, add a word. इतने ही तुम गांधी के पुत्र हो, तो लास्ट में मैं तो भगत सिंह का पुत्र हूं, मैं तो मारूंगा भाई साहब, कोई शक नहीं है कि नहीं? सीधा लॉजिक है. जहां पे प्रेम वहां पे प्रेम, जहां पे लात वहां पे लात, है कि नहीं? ठीक है. See, when you write SRT, he is seeing your, if I have to write actually, If he is basically seeing your organizing ability, nothing all, just how you organize. The same हमारे टाइम का SRT फेमस है. In the morning you went to the washroom to take a bath, you saw a snake in the bathroom. You will don't take bath that day. Let the snake go away. Next day, if the snake is not there, take the bath. हाँ, क्या लिखोगे? You will.
Come back.
हाँ, and then don't take bath. हाँ,
Somebody basket upon this snake, then
basket or a bucket.
then I will close the door, then someone has to catch it.
Excellent. Excellent. Any other response?
Informing to the charges.
इंचार्जेस तेरा घर का इंचार्ज बापू है.
Okay. Talking about
हाँ, not SSB center. हाँ, home. Thank you for inspiring us towards civil sir. Okay, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. हाँ. Come on, give the answer, no.
door and call the person who catch snake charm.
Okay, snake charmer. Snake catcher, charmer. हाँ. बीन बुलाएगा ये, बीन बजवाएगा घर में. हाँ?
Safely handling by them.
No, that may not be suggested.
With stick we can.
May not be suggested.
Inform others also about the situation and tell anyone to catch it.
Be prepared.
Bolting it from outside is important. Bolting the door from outside and immediately informing the other members of the family, nobody to go to the washroom now. There is a snake inside. We'll find somebody to catch it. Okay? Understand this. Very important. Okay? And last law, self description test untundi. SDT. This SDT is about yourself. The only place where you will get to talk about yourself. Self description test. Now, many students think that you have to boast about yourself in the SDT. No, that's not the answer. If you have few flaws, make a mention of those flaws. And if the GTO talks to you, try to bring those flaws to his knowledge. कि सर ऐसे ऐसा है, flaws है, थोड़ा lazy हूँ, I am working upon it. Same tell the IO, same tell the GTO. What will happen? A reiteration of a personality trait has happened. You will not be punished because you are lazy in the SSB. No. You will be rewarded. You are honest that you were lazy in the SSB. Understand? क्योंकि तेरे अंदर से लेजीनेस तो भगा देगा, वो कैपेसिटी उसके पास है, लेकिन तू ऑनेस्ट है नहीं है. अगर ऑनेस्ट नहीं है वो ये नहीं ला पाएगा, बट अगर तू ऑनेस्ट है तो तेरे को कुछ भी बना देगा. अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट. सो सेल्फ डिस्क्रिप्शन टेस्ट 4-5. What your parents think about you, what your teachers think about you, what your friends think about you, and self description about your own self. These are the 4 things that you should be writing. We'll do one thing. We'll take a break here today and we'll continue from here tomorrow. The 3rd and the 4th test day of the GTO and all, we'll do it tomorrow. When you come back tomorrow, I want you to do your SDTs, self description test. I want you to do your SDT self description test. Write it and bring for the session tomorrow. Come again. Papa, what your parents think about you does not mean you will make your parents right. You only are. Good that you asked this doubt. Good. He's an honest person. Good. I admire. What your parents think about you has to be written by you. What your teachers think about you has to be written by you. What your friends think about you has to be written by you. And about your own self, self description also has to be written by you. half of page. All the 4 segments, half of page, you write and come. Tomorrow, third, fourth day GTO, various tasks are there, and finally we'll do the what you call IO. IO का कुछ चीजें बताऊंगा, उसका भी हम बात करेंगे, ठीक है? चलो, any questions of what we have covered today till now? Anybody has? Anjali, you're not going home. Till such time you don't talk, you're not going home. Tell me about yourself. Hmm. Hmm. My name is.
My name is Anjali Mathur.
Hmm. You are from
I'm from AP.
AP. Okay. What have you studied? What have you studied?
Graduation.
Graduation. Recently you have completed your graduation. Did you write some written examination?
No, sir.
Huh.
I don't know, sir, about this. She's telling me about your class. Just I have interested this next notification.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I come here.
Okay.
Still don't know SSB meaning.
Ah.
Fully.
Okay.
That's why I'm.
Afraid. Why? What is to be afraid? Am I eating you?
Lots
Am I
of
biting you?
seniors are there.
Huh. In the college also you are like this? No. You are a pulley there. Huh? But here you are trying to be a cat. Huh? Feelings, nervous. Okay, good, good. Yeah, any questions, anyone?
Before you said the GTO and IO,
Hmm.
really you wrote psychologist.
Hmm.
One statement if psychologist disagree,
Hmm.
and 2 statements both of them agree. This one.
Hmm.
So whose decision is the final one?
अगर इसने नो बोला तो 100% नो है. अगर ये दोनों ने भी यस बोला, इट इज अ नो. इसने यस बोला तो इसका मतलब ओवरऑल यस नहीं है. दोनों का यस बोलना भी जरूरी है.
It should be if one he says no, it's no.
Completely no.
If he says yes, both has to say
It could be a yes if he satisfies one of them completely, the second person substantial.
sound good.
Because क्या होता है, कभी कभी in interview, out of fear she was not able to talk, but maybe out of all of you present she is the most potential person to go to the forces. Many a times that mind block happens, so you go freeze in front of the IO, but in the open field in front of GTO you performed exceptionally well. But when you went to the interviewing room, a big room, you saw so many trophies, that that office is so beautifully laid up, everything is there, the national flag is on the table. They do it like this. Deliberately they do it to give you that feel of who is he, and is sitting on that big chair like a king, and then he's asking a question. A young boy recently graduated, पहली बार गांव छोड़ के चला दूसरे गांव में गया, और they asked you few questions, you fumbled. So what they will do, they'll give you a chance in conference again to talk, and if you use that opportunity to talk, it means you are a game. See, rejection and selection in the armed forces is not about good bad. It is about, do you fit in there or not? You fit in there, you are there. You don't fit in there, you are not there. Simple. Imagine you don't fit in there, I selected you. Have I not created trouble for you? Yes or no? Because you are not a person who want to be out. You are a person who want to sit on laptop and work. और मैंने तेरे को आर्मी में सिलेक्शन कर दिया, अब सिलेक्शन हो गया तो बापू ने लात मार के भगा दिया, बोले चल घर से बाहर जाओ, उधर नौकरी कर. You are a misfit. If you are a misfit, you will either harm yourself or you will harm somebody else. If you harm yourself, fairly okay, but you don't have any right to harm somebody else. Out of frustration you will do that. समझ रहे हो? सो इसलिए अगर सिलेक्शन होता है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, नहीं होता है ट्राई टू करेक्ट फ्यू थिंग्स. अगर इच्छा इतनी स्ट्रांग है, करेक्ट, गो अगेन. टिल सच टाइम योर सेल्फ सेज आई विल डू इट, आई कैन डू इट, आई वांट टू डू इट, गो. People have made it in 17th attempt, 1-7. 17th attempt. People have made it. People have made it in first attempt. People never went for second attempt. ऐसे भी लोग हैं. पहला अटेम्प्ट फेल हो गया, फिर कभी गए ही नहीं, मन नहीं था. He understood, ठीक है, I will not fit in there. नहीं गया. So don't think that it is the end of life. Generally SSB rejection no, साला बहुत painful होता है. Agree? बहुत painful होता है. I have seen my friends no crying for days and nights. Crying for days. और मेरा साला इधर ना उधर. I told you in the afternoon I had a problem in my ear. सिलेक्शन हो गया मेडिकल में, साला परफोरेशन इन द राइट ईयर ड्रम. परफोरेशन क्या होता है पहले तो मेरे को उसमें टाइम लगा. आई थॉट देयर सम बिग डिसीज. परफोरेशन इज अ बड़ी होल. परफोरेशन का मतलब है होल इन द ईयर ड्रम. मतलब వీడు ఇయర్ డ్రమ్ కి ఎందుకు పోయాడు ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్. సో ఇమాజిన్. సో మై हैप्पीनेस इज बड़ी 50-50. ना किसी को बोल सकते कि सिलेक्शन हुआ, ना किसी को बोल सकते साला नहीं हुआ. समझ में आ रही बात. So you should know how to handle this. Take it on a stride. You ask him, he is sitting here. तुम्हारी जो क्लास चल रही है ना, इसका 1% भी नहीं बोला इसको. I only made one statement to him, what was given to me by my father. Be your natural self. That's all. The only SSB training I gave him was, be your natural self. Enjoy the 4 days. I am sure you will enjoy it, and I am sure you will come back only after 4 days if at all you have to come back. सेम हुआ. बिकॉज आई टोल्ड हिम, उसका इरादा कुछ और है, यूपीएससी करने का इरादा है. जा मस्ती करके आ, पास हो गया, नहीं हुआ कोई बात नहीं, अभी दूसरे के लिए फिर से तैयारी कर रहा है. बोले सर जाना है, चलते हैं, जाओ, अच्छी बात है, बुरा क्या है कि नहीं. बट डोंट टेक इट टू हार्ट. हाय अल्लाह फेल हो गए, कुछ नहीं होता. फेल हो गए फिर से. आई टोल्ड यू नो विद इन 6 months योर साइकोलॉजी कैन चेंज एज अ पर्सन. नेचुरली आंसर्स विल कम. बात खत्म. ठीक है, चलो. थैंक यू वेरी मच टू ऑल ऑफ यू. हाँ बोलो. हाँ हाँ like I am a person, the friends of mine like my company because I am jovial. I am not a serious person. I try to enjoy life. My teachers admire me because I am very disciplined. I do the task given by my teachers. No. Who you are, not nothing like positive. ऐसा नहीं है. Don't give a wrong picture of what you are not. Slight modifications I'll tell, but keep it your natural self. Who you see. If you are unfit, don't land there. You will curse me for the rest of your life. But Yamma, I never belong. నువ్వు చెప్పింది చెప్పినట్టు వచ్చా, పాస్ అయిపోయాను, ఒరే మూర్ఖుడా నీ వల్ల నేను ఇరుక్కున్నాను. న్యాచురల్ గా రాయి. నీ గురించి నీ పేరెంట్స్ ఏమనుకుంటారు, నీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఏమనుకుంటారు, నీ టీచర్స్ ఏమనుకుంటారు, నీ మీద నీ అభిప్రాయం ఏంటి, ఫ్యూచర్ లో నువ్వు ఏం చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నావు, అవన్నీ రాయి.
సో అవన్నీ మనం డైలీ బేసిస్ కింద చేస్తేనే అలవాటు ఉంటేనే అలా అన్కాన్షియస్లీ రాసేస్తాం. సో మీరు అన్నారు, సో అది మేము ఆ క్వాలిటీ మేము ఇంటర్ప్రిట్ చేసుకోవాలి.
సమయం పడుతుంది.
ఐ హావ్ 2 months.
సమయం ఉంది మిత్రమా.
అదే సార్, నేను ఏం వర్క్ చేయాలి దానికి.
See, then you are assuming that you are naturally a bad person. You could be naturally a good person also, no? Assume that you are a good person. Think positive, be positive. है ना? Don't assume that you are a wrong person, bad person. ठीक है? हाँ. Anything else? Anjali, anything? No? चलो, bye. Thank you all.